Okay, we're on to another live. Just want to make sure that it is live. I think we are. All right, so what I've decided to do is start doing a forensic funnel series where I'll go through and I'll grab emails or ads or different components of a website, and I'll just give you a run through and just show you what's working, what's not working, what I believe is not working, and what they're actually probably missing from the entire process. I've got myself a little tablet now so I can just do some markdowns on it and stuff. So this is the first one, and I'm going to do it on Aesop, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and please let me know. I actually thought it was Aesop, but I think it's Aesop, like Aesop's Fables. But obviously I am happy to be corrected. Now, they're a fairly iconic brand here in Australia, and I just thought that's a good place to start, given that I am Australian. And by the way, the bloke who wrote the Fables, not Aesop, it's Aesop, like I said. So if I was to be working with them, I'd make sure that I knew how to do it, how to pronounce it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be working with them. But so most emails, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear down, the components of it. See how many call to actions there are, how many discounts, how many countdown timers are screaming, look at you. But this one's a bit different. And this one is fairly, if I just come through and scroll through, make sure my new tool's working. I've actually got a pen that works with it. It's fairly plain. And at first glance, you're like, well, this isn't what I expected from this brand. So this is their welcome email. Now, when I say it's almost empty, I mean, have a look at the entire thing above the fold here. Now, headline, it's got some social counters and a very, very plain background with a black and white image here. Look at me going crazy with the pen. Just for a change. Get a new toy, I just want to play with it. So the first rule of what I'm going to do in my teardowns is what's missing tells you as much as what's there. So watch. When I go through it, there's actually no discount code. Now, this is a welcome email. Now, you will find 90 to 95% of the emails, and a lot of the ones that we set up for clients have a discount in them at the beginning. But they don't. There's no discount. There's no code. There's nothing saying you've got 10% off your first order. There's no urgency. There's no this end midnight. There's a timer. And look for the button. There's barely one on there. You've just got the one button just here. Browse the website. That's it. Everyone else puts a big shop now block. Aesop's gives you a quiet little line of text, which is really cool. Now, 3 things that every marketer or marketing course says that you must have gone. They're gone, and it's deliberate by them. So this isn't laziness. This is a brand that's so confident it refuses to haggle with you. What I mean by that is they're so confident in the brand that they've made that they're not leaning on email, on discounts. They're not leaning on fake urgency or false scarcity. So they've stripped all that out, and look what's carrying the email. So look at the type. It's not a template font. It's set like it's a page from a book, and you can see it here. This font is deliberately made to look like you're reading it out of a book. The spacing, the restraint, the way the words are allowed to breathe. The copy reads like literature, not marketing, and that's the key here. It welcomes you in the way a good concierge would, not a bloke at a used car loss. So it's not screaming, buy me, buy this, buy that. It's classy, and a little bit more upmarket. And that's the genius. The restraint is the product. So Aesop sells a $60 hand wash. And if this email shouted and discounted, it'd feel like a cheap chemist or a chemist warehouse catalogue that you get in your mailbox at home. But the silence tells your brain this is considered, this is expensive, and you're in good taste. The email doesn't describe luxury. It's not telling you they're a luxurious product. It just simply performs it. The difference between this part here and most other emails is there's no big bold text. There's no flashing. There's no countdown timers. It reads like a book, not a billboard, is probably the easiest way to do it. The restraint on this email equals the price tag. Now what I mean by that is the price tag is $60. I can go to Coles or Woolworths or any grocery store and find something for $10. The restraint on this is where, on this email, is what shows the price tag. Just see if I can clear this off. Whoops, wrong button. Told you I love playing with fancy new toys. All right. So the other thing that they've done is, and this is a big one, is Aesop's been historically weak on mobile, but most of their subscribers are reading this on a small screen now. And a luxury brand with a broken mobile render is a Rolls-Royce with a flat tyre. This one does work well on mobile. I've tested it on my mobile. It's worth having a look at. And the third is the whisper quiet call to action. Confidence is great, but if I can't find a way, elegance is just the cost of your sale. So there's a fine line between being restrained and hidden. So what they've done here is this is where the restraint is. Here, browse the website. It's not hidden, it's there, it blends in. A lot of emails will have a contrasting color on the hex code. This one just blends in nicely. So look, it's a fairly simple email when you look at it at first glance, but it's absolutely not. It's very purposeful and very, very well done to match the brand that's here. The brand is very upmarket. It's very high end. Probably one of the only things I would avoid is putting this at the top. I think the less navigation that there is to take them away from either finishing this email or going to the website, the better. I agree with having it down lower. Down here is fine. So we've got some other calls to action here, but if they've got to this part down here, they've already gone through the email, which is perfect. So I'd probably remove the social icons at the top and I'd keep them on the email and educate them there and build the trust there, or get them to the website. So my verdict on this one is it's great. Most brands shouldn't copy this email though. This is, let's say you're running a $30 product and you strip out your offer and your button, you'll go broke trying to look classy. Like, this is not your run-of-the-mill email that any e-com store is going to be able to run, but Aesop can do it because restraint isn't a style choice for them. That's their entire positioning. The lesson isn't being minimal, it's this. Best practice is contextual. Your email should perform your price point. So Aesop tells you exactly who they are before they ever ask for a sale. Make sure that you work well on mobile. Make sure that the type is real text. Give them one clear way in, which is the button that they've got on here. And this goes from beautiful to bulletproof. So if you're at Aesop and you're watching, this work is stunning. I'm happy that it works well on mobile because my wife does shop here, and previously on mobile it wasn't great. But overall, the verdict is big across here is perform at your price point. And I'm going to say that's it. It's my first go at trying to use the screenwriter and mark up things, and I'm just going to get better and better at it. But fundamentally, if you've got one you want me to review, if you want me to have a look at your email or your ads, just send them through to me and I'll go through and pull them apart for you. But I'll see you tomorrow on another Funnel Forensic episode.